Hi all, welcome to Power BI online training demo session. So today I'm going to give you a demo of the business intelligence tool called Power BI. And I'm going to talk about the online training sessions. I'm going to start very soon with a technology or tool called Power BI. So the agenda for today's session is, first I'm going to talk about a little bit about Power BI. So I'm going to answer the question, what is Power BI? And we are going to understand why Power BI is so popular in the market. And I'm going to show you a case study, a simple case study to create a Power BI dashboard in just 15 minutes. So do you think it is so simple to design a Power BI dashboard within a 15 minutes of time frame? Yes, it is. So if you have a well designed approach, if you have a good practice with Power BI, so it won't take much time for you to understand and design a dashboard in Power BI. So it requires a lot of practice, a lot of focus on the subject. So then it will be very easy for you to design dashboards in Power BI. And then we are going to talk about how is the Power BI career if once after practicing this tool, once after learning this BI tool. So we are going to talk about a little bit jobs, what kind of a jobs that I can apply, what kind of a roles that I can become with the Power BI technology, and what kind of future goals that I can set, in which path I can go after learning this Power BI, what are the essential skill set that I should hold to become a Power BI or BI developer in the IT industry. And I'm going to talk about the training schedule. So where I'm going to explain the course details, the topics are I'm going to cover as part of this Power BI course, and the dates and time and the duration of the course and duration of this each and every session I'm going to conduct with Power BI online training. And I'm going to talk about what are the offerings that I'm providing with the help of this online training as well. So this is the agenda for today's session. So I'm not going to talk too many details. So these are the 5 points which are very crucial for us to understand how this Power BI online training going to be. So before I start, let me introduce myself. So myself, Narendra Kota. I have total 15 years of experience in IT, especially with SQL and BA and data warehouse projects. So I have started my career as a database engineer with the Microsoft SQL Server in 2010. And then I have got opportunity to work with the various BA tools in the market, like Microsoft Business Intelligence Stack, which contains SQL Server integration services for ETL tools, reporting services, Microsoft reporting services, and a little bit about SQL Server analysis services. And I have got knowledge about the data warehouse. From the last 7 years, I have focused more on the BA tools, both Power BI, Tableau, and I have got knowledge, a decent amount of knowledge in Click tools also. Mainly, I'm working with Power BI and Tableau exclusively. So regarding this training, I'm going to talk about Power BI. So when it comes to the training experience, I have got total 10 years of training experience, both in online and as well as classroom. So currently I'm located in Sweden. So I'm taking only online training sessions for now. Now, without any further delay, I would like to start the training session. So first we will understand what is Power BI. So there are many definitions in the internet or in the articles in various forums, but I just wanted to come up with a very simple and easy terminology, easy description about Power BI. So there are two definitions I have placed here. So the first one is Microsoft Power BI is a cloud-based business intelligence service for analyzing and visualizing the data. So with this definition, we can understand it is used for the data analytics, which will help us to analyze the data as well as visualize the data. So this is a beginner's definition, I would say. So let's keep it aside. And let us look at the another definition. Microsoft Power BI is a business intelligence platform that provides insights to business users with the tools for aggregating, analyzing, visualizing, and sharing data. So with this definition, the understanding will be a little bit elaborated because it has more text and it has a more context. So with this and with this definition, we can understand Power BI is not only data visualization, data analytical tool. So it can also aggregate the data. That means it can also collect the data from various places to help us with the data analysis process. Okay. Now, if you have observed these two definitions, before we understand Power BI, there is a one thing that that takes my attention. So what is that one word? That one word is business intelligence. So we have it here and we have it here. So before we understand about Power BI, let us try to understand what is this BI. So even Power BI has that BI word in that. So BI stands for business intelligence. So why it is called as a Power BI, and what is the business intelligence is all about. So if you understand the business intelligence process, then it will be very easy for you to understand what is Power BI and what it can do in order to implement business intelligence projects. Okay, so first let us try to understand the term business intelligence, what exactly it is and how it will relate to the course for us. Okay, so to give you a definition with business intelligence, so I have collected one definition from the books or from various forums. So the definition is business intelligence ingests data and converts into visuals, reports, and dashboards to identify trends, patterns, and points of interest. If you look at the definition, if you hear this definition from me, it looks like a more advanced, more operational, more technical definition. In general, it is very tough to understand this kind of definitions, right? When if it is a too technical or if it is too operational, sometimes it doesn't make sense to us to understand what is a business intelligence. So to give you in a simple terms, to understand it in in a very effective way, so I have come with one example. So then you can understand what exactly is business intelligence is all about. Okay, so to present this example, I wanted to show a picture like this. So I have a picture and there are some matchsticks has been placed there. Just consider like, there is there is a box. In that box, like, someone has placed this matchsticks and they just randomly placed there. So if someone will ask you how many matchsticks are there by just seeing the picture, can you count how many matchsticks are there? When you start counting these matchsticks, you miss the flow because you start somewhere and then you go ups and downs and then go here and there, back and forth. The flow will not be good if you look at if you wanted to count by looking at this picture. How about by seeing this picture? If someone will ask you to count the number of matchsticks by looking at this example, so the flow will never cut because it is very cleanly placed, it is very neatly designed. Okay, so the second picture is more effective way to understand and to perform the data analysis or to perform the calculation, right? So the business intelligence is all about converting the data from this random format to this meaningful format. This is all about the business intelligence, nothing much, nothing less. Okay, so this is very to understand the business intelligence. It is the it is the best example I would come up with so far, I would say, because everything is whatever we receive from the clients or from various stakeholders, the data, so it will come like this in a random format, in a raw format. So we spend a lot of time to do the brainstorming, to do the cleaning, to do the shaping, and then we convert the data into this format. So when the data is presented in this format, it helps the user to understand accurately, effectively, and then they can calculate all the facts from the data. So for when someone when you have started to understand how many matchsticks are there to count the counting process, it becomes very easy with this approach rather than this approach, because it's all about how you present the data. It is not about what data you have. It's all about how you present the data, how well you present the data, how effectively you present the data. That makes the difference in business intelligence. So business intelligence is nothing but the process of converting the data into a meaningful information, converting the data into a valuable information, converting the data in an effective manner. So that is what the business intelligence is all about. Now, to understand it more, so as I mentioned, we get the raw data like this. So whatever the matrix on the left side screen you see, so this is called raw data. So our raw data is always in various formats. It is not one constant, one single format. The data might come up with an text files. Data might come with a CSV file, Excel files, SQL databases, Access database, Oracle database, even some from web resources also. So the data comes from various places. When the data comes from various places, does it have all the information is placed, does it have all the cleaning is already applied on the data? No, the data is not clean always. So what we do is, as part of the business intelligence process, we apply some techniques and tools on the data to shape it, to clean it, to transform it into a meaningful information. So the business intelligence process has these steps. So less or more, in any business intelligence projects, we do this approach. Okay, so to give you one more example to understand this business intelligence process is, when we receive the data from client or from any source system, the data looks like this. So say for example, if you're building this we call it as a building planning, right? So we get all these cubes with the different colors, different sizes, and different shapes. So what we do is, as a part of the business intelligence process, we collect the data, we accept the data as it is, and then we sort the data. Meaning, first we arrange the data based on the color. Okay, first we divide the data based on the color, and then arrange the data based on the shape and size. So when we arrange the data based on the shape and size, it helps us to design various products. Okay, the products, it could be a house, it could be a track, or it could be like a castle, it could be like anything that we can derive with all these individual pieces. Okay, so in real time, to convert the data from this format to this format, we apply various techniques and tools. So the business intelligence process is simply making the data from this form to this meaningful form. It is called the business intelligence process. Okay, if you take any project, if you take any, it could be a healthcare, it could be banking, it could be e-commerce, it could be insurance, it could be financial, any project. Ultimately, we are less or more doing the same work. Okay, so this is what the business intelligence is all about. To explain you in a simple and very layman terms. Now, why exactly we are going to do all these operations? I mean, what is the necessity to do all these things? Business intelligence process is mainly to facilitate the data to the business users or the clients or the big heads of the business, to make more money, to make company the better company, to make the profits or the better profits, to generate more revenue, to invest more money. So there are various business facts that the business heads always trying to derive from the data. So for them, what they need is, the data needs to be provided, but what format? In the right format, in the sense, the ultimate the whole business intelligence process is based on three important factors. As you can see on my screen, we need to provide the right information. Right information means which is very clean, very neatly designed, very effectively presented. Right time, meaning we need to provide the data to all the business users, all the managers, or whoever in the high in the big positions. So we need to provide the data when they asked us to give the data. Say for example, if they want the data by Monday morning, yes, the data should be ready by Monday morning, because all the big heads, before they go to all the board meetings or the monthly meetings or quarterly meetings, they need the data in the right format. The format means the right format in the sense, the format they can understand, the format they can read, the format they can visualize. That is what the right format. So we need to provide the right information at right time in the right format. So when we give these three resources to all these business users, what they will do is, they will apply the strategic, tactical, and operational techniques on the data, and then they'll make sure that the company will become a better company. The company will make more profits, the company will make more money, and the business will become a better business in the market. Okay, so it's all about making money, right? Suppose if you start a career as a like at the entry level engineer. So you will try to find many ways to go to the next role, to make to make better salary, to get the better role, and to get the better position, right? So it applies in all different fields, not only in individual jobs. If you establish a business, obviously, you would like to derive more, you would like to draw more revenue, you'd like to draw more profits out of it. So those who wants to improve their business, those who wants to make more and more revenue out of their business, more and more profits out of their business, they need to spend a lot of time with the data. So they can, with this data analysis or business intelligence process, they can understand what is happening in their business. So on which areas they are running good, or in which countries they are making more revenue, what is the highest selling product and what is the least selling product, on which month we have got more sales. So these are the facts in any business. So, and these facts will try to identify some of the hidden things in the business, and then they will try to overcome all these challenges at least by the next year, so that they can be good in the business, right? So this is how we are going to work with the business intelligence process. So the business intelligence process is ultimately presenting the right data in the right time and the right format. That's it. So what happens if you give this kind of information to the people in the business? So what kind of things they will do? It will help them in many ways. So some of them I have drawn here. So it will make it easy and access to share information. Meaning, what is easy access to the information? Say for example, if there is any CFO, say for example, chief financial officer. So if they wanted to know what was the total revenue compared to the last year and current year, so what they will do, where they can check, they will ask us to design the report, right? So they cannot simply go to the system or go to the database, look at the millions of rows. They cannot identify all the facts from the data. So what they need is they'll identify the business intelligence team, and they will ask us to design a report to find out all this revenue information. So what we do as a business intelligence programmer, or any a Power BI developer or Tableau developer or any BI developer. So what we'll do is we'll collect the data, and then we generate the report and we provide to them. It will enable the real-time analysis with the quick navigation. Meaning, so it can present the data over the period of time. Suppose if I wanted to see the last year total sales amount and this year total sales amount, it will always showing what has happened in the business. So it is nothing but the real-time data analysis, and it will help to identify in the system. Say for example, there is a certain product which doesn't have a good sales, it is have zero sales. Then we can get rid of such products, so that we can take out the waste in the system. What is the reduce the bottlenecks in the business? Meaning, so they would like to invest more and more in certain regions, but they don't see any growth there. So then they will identify those areas, and then they'll stop investing there. So it will avoid the risk in the business, and helps you know the business. So as I said earlier, so you can identify the hidden facts from the business by using this business intelligence projects. Improves the decision making process. Yes. So if you know what is happening at the same, that will help you to overcome some of the problems happening in the business. So it's all about making the right decision at the right time, that will make the business difference. Okay. So to support this business intelligence process, there are many tools in the market. Okay, not only Power BI, there are many tools. So as you can see on my screen, we have a Power BI, we have Tableau, we have Click, and we have SAP. There are many tools in the market. So this course is all about Power BI. If we have this many tools, how come Power BI is stand out of the crowd? What makes it so popular? What makes it so crazy in the market? I mean, why everybody is using Power BI? There are many reasons. There are many reasons. I would say the one line answer for this question, why Power BI is so popular, is because of the great features it has, because of the powerful features Power BI has. Okay, what are those features? If I would like to understand, so there are many features, I would say. So if you look at my screen, it is like an octopus. It has a many hands and many leaves. There are many features here when it comes to data visualization, data modeling, data governance, user interactivity, Excel integration, and easy to collaborate, publishing and sharing the reports, and interacting with all the business non-technical users. There are many factors that makes Power BI so popular in the market. Okay, just to explain few, I have taken the list, brought it down to this 6 important factors. So the first one is, it is a business intelligence tool. Okay, it is one of the leading business intelligence tool in the market. Okay, and now it will help us transforming the data. Power BI is not only a visualization tool, it also performs data cleaning, data shaping, data transforming. So with the Power BI, you can absolutely perform a perfect ETL approach on the data. Meaning, when the data is not so clean, you can accept the data in Power BI, you can apply various techniques, and you can clean the data. That is called the transform data. Not all the Power BI tools, or not all the BA tools has this feature. Okay, say for example, Microsoft reporting services, even that is also a Microsoft product, and Power BI also a Microsoft product. But what is the biggest difference? Microsoft reporting services doesn't have inbuilt ETL system, inbuilt ETL mechanism to clean the data. But Power BI has a inbuilt ETL mechanism that will help us to clean various anomalies in the data, various problems, various challenges in the data. And it is a great platform to publishing the reports. Meaning, when if you wanted to provide these reports to the end users, so you can have a wonderful setup to publish this report and collaborate those reports with the end users. Okay, and it will help us to create a well-designed dashboards with the great visual features. And once we design this dashboard, we can always share and collaborate those reports to the end users. And it is so good interactive in when it comes to the understanding of the data in Power BI. So with the users, like it will be like most of the Microsoft tools, as you know, one of the great advantages with the Microsoft tools is user friendly, is intuitive. That means, so you can, everything you can learn by doing it. It is very simple to learn. It is not a rocket science that only few people can do. It is the best user friendly visualization tool that any users can interact and then do the data analysis or the business analysis with Power BI. Okay, so these are the 6 great features that makes the Power BI tool is so popular in the market. Okay, there are many. Of course, as and when you start working with the Power BI, you get to know many facts and great advantages of Power BI. But these are the 6 I could remember, and I could always apply in my day-to-day activities with the Power BI. Okay, now, so since we understand all the great features, and since we understand a little bit about Power BI, can we design a dashboard with the Power BI? As we have talked, it is one of the criteria for this today's demo. So I just wanted to design a dashboard in 15 minutes. So I just don't want to talk all the time. I wanted to show some action so that you can understand how it looks and how it works, right? So I would like to design a dashboard with Power BI. I want to set the time frame is 15 minutes, because it is a decent amount of time to apply something on the data and then use the data for reporting and dashboard. Before we do, before we design a dashboard using the Power BI, let us look at the data first, because if you don't understand the data, then you cannot understand what I'm doing. Okay, so I would like to take some time to explain the data I'm going to use in Power BI. So then it will be easy for you to understand why I'm doing this, what I'm doing that. Okay, so to present the data to you, so I have this data file in front of me. I hope you're able to see the data on my screen now. So this is the data of a superstore business. Okay, so there is a fictitious company called a Superstore, and they have many orders information. Many people usually buy some products from this store, and when the purchase happened, they have collected all the data. They keep it like this. So now I have in this file, I have orders information, and I have orders date and ship date. That means when the order has been placed, when the order has been delivered, and by what mechanism. I mean, there are various courier systems or courier companies that they can deliver the products to customer. So who is the customer, what is the name, and in which segment the order has been placed, and in which country, in which state, most of like a location information, and what is the product name, and what is the category of the product, and what is the subcategory of the product, what is the name of the product. And we have the total sales information. Quantity talks about the number of products in the order, and what is the discount that the customer got by placing an order for this product, and what is the total profit which company has received after selling this product to the customer. So I have the data like this. So it is pretty much straightforward. It is not a rocket science. Even if you place an order in Amazon or eBay or any other e-commerce sites, so this is pretty much happening. So who placed the order, when they place the order, when we have delivered the product, and by what courier we have delivered the product, what is the product name, what is the total sales amount, what is the tax amount, blah blah blah. So it is pretty much the same familiar information. So I wanted to take a very basic example data to design the dashboard. If I use something maybe like an insurance domain data, maybe some of the terminology doesn't make sense to you. So it is a very simple example to start with. So once we start working with the Power BI, I have various domains data. I will explain you in detail later when I'm going to talk about the topics of Power BI. We are going to discuss the course. Now, so I'm going to use this data. So now we have the data in front of us. Before we design a reports or dashboards, there must be a reason why we are doing that. There must be a purpose for each and every report before we design. If you don't know the reason, if you don't know the purpose, it's tough to understand the meaning of the report. Okay, so let us try to understand the requirements, the business, the facts that you wanted to identify. So to talk about the facts, I have some questions received from the client who has given this data. So client wants to know total sales in each year. So we have a order date which has a date. So in that, a year information is already also there. Along with the date and month, we have order year also. So the client wants to know how many number of orders he has received in each year, and what is the profit percentage I have received in each segment, and what is the most commonly used shipment method to deliver those products, and who are the top 10 customers who placed many orders, or at least more orders in my business, and what is the total sales and profit by each city and state. So these are the facts that client wants to know. Okay, so these are called requirements, these are called business points, these are called facts. There are many names for this, but ultimately these are the reasons we are going to design the reports to find out the facts. Right now, if you look at the data like this, maybe you don't understand how many orders I have received in each year, because it is just one simple date column, and there are thousands of rows. So if someone will ask you, so we have a 2022 information, 2021 information, 2020 information, and we have a 2019 information also, 2019 information also. So we have total 4 years of information. But can you tell me, by looking at this column, how many number of orders I have received in each year? No, that is not possible. It's a raw data. So the data, the file contains the raw data. Now we are going to find out the facts from this data. So that is what the business intelligence is all about. If you can take any BA tool as an example, you can take Tableau, you can take Click, you can take Power BI. Ultimately, the process is same. Okay. Now, since we are talking about the Power BI, let's talk more about Power BI. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the answers for all these questions. So client wants to know the total orders received in each year. Client wants to know what is the profit percentage that he is getting in each segment, and shipment, and top 10 customers, and then profit and sales information in each and every stream. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, so we are going to start designing a report here. So when you open a Power BI tool, it will typically looks like this. So all these navigations and all these options, I will explain once we start with the course. Okay. So now my focus is more on designing the dashboard and show it to you in action. Not to explain each and every option that is available in Power BI, but we will start. We will discuss about this once we start working with the course. Okay, that is part of the syllabus. Now, let us start the timer first, and then we can do the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so now I'm going to start. The time has started. Let us start working with Power BI. So what I'm going to do is, so when you open Power BI tool like this, so you have a various options. Now I'm going to choose the Excel workbook, which I wanted to use. Okay, click on the data. So it will take some time, hopefully faster, to load the data into Power BI. So now it is trying to establish a connection with the data. So I have got orders table, and now, so when you select the table, you will get a preview here. And now anyway, we are going to see the data in a real environment of Power BI. So let us click on a transform data so that the data will be presented to you like this. So now you can see how many number of rows that is being fetched from the file to Power BI. So every time around 1,000 records is fetching in one go. So now here you can see all the data that is here. So what we have seen in the file: order ID, order date, ship mode. So all this information. But order date, if you see, it is not a date, it is a number, because Power BI is recognized some of the information as a numerical value. Now we can change it, not a problem. This is what the transformation, this is what the data cleaning we all do. So I'm going to do the change type. I'm going to use locally. So, and then I'll going to get this one date, and then I'm going to choose United States date format, and I'm going to click on OK. Once we do that, you see the data is loading, and you see the data has been converted. Now you can take a look at all these columns that we are going to use this data. So if you remember, the first question in the requirements is sales by year. Do we have a year in the data? No, we have a date, but we don't have a year. So if I wanted to derive the year from the date, can I do that in Power BI? Absolutely. This is one of the great features of Power BI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the add column, and I'm going to choose column from selection. No need to understand these technical steps. You will understand once we're practicing the course. Now I'm going to show you. My focus is more on design the report. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I want year from the date, right? So what is the year? 2019. Just press. Now I have got year, and then okay. So once I do the change, once the change has been applied, you see the loading is going on because the change is applying, and we can see year. Okay. So my changes are done. I have created a new column, and then I'm going to close and apply. So the data will be loading because we have changed data. We have added a new column, right? So it is evaluating once again. Data is loading, as you can see. Yes. The data is there. Now we can see orders, and then you can see all the columns are not sorted according to the file storage. All the columns has sorted here based on the alphabetical order. Okay, so that's why C columns are coming top, and then Y columns are going down. Okay, so you need to remember this sequence. Now, as I mentioned earlier, don't try to understand anything technical here. So once we start practicing the course, you will be explained each and everything in the sessions. Okay, so now my focus is to design a dashboard. So for any report, title is very important, right? So let us draw the title. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a text box. I'm going to say Superstore sales dashboard. Now I'm going to select this one, and then increase that font to 54, and I'm going to increase the size, and I'm going to end it here. Okay, now I have got this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit formatting. So I'm going to have the effects background is something like a gray shade so that it looks good. and then I'm going to add a logo here. Okay, so here just so to add the logo, I'm going to say insert an image. So Superstore, just to add a little bit more feature to the report, one extra glance. So here I'm going to add. Now we have got the title. So by looking at the title, you can understand what data it is all about. So it's the Superstore sales information. Okay, so this is the sales report. Now what I'm going to do is, first we need to identify sales by year. Okay, so that is the reason. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chart report, and then it is very simple. I'm going to say year as x-axis, and don't summarize. And the order ID here. Just a minute, friends. And then order ID here. Now you can see this is the number of words here. Now, not only the bars, it is good to have the numbers on the bars so that we can understand clearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to off on the labels. Okay. Now I'm going to do little bit changes here. Go to general, and then the title is orders by year. Okay. Oh, sorry. I think we need sales, right? Okay. It's easy. Nothing to worry. Sales by year. So what I'm going to do is, so take this one, remove this one, and then put the sales here. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's either a count of order or sales. It is pretty much same. So now sales by year, which is very clear. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the border so that you can understand the lines. Okay. Now the next question is profit by segment. Okay. So the percentage always good to show with the pie chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take legend as segment, right? So take the legend as segment, and then profit into values. Simple. So just a drag and drop. Now what I'm going to do is I don't want to put the border. I don't want to set the title like this. I just wanted to select this one and then to take the formatter and then put here. So same thing will be applied. Now you just need to change the title. So what is the title here? Profit by segment. Simple. And what is the next one? Orders by shipment, which is very easy. So I'm going to take this a tree map chart, and I'm going to take category is nothing but shipment, right? Ship mode, and then number of orders, values. Simple. And then if you wanted to show the data labels, which is very good, take the data labels on so that you can understand the numbers at each and every point. And then select this one, take the format painter and apply the format changes here. Now is very good. So now you need to change the title for this one. What is the title here? It's like order by ship method. Maybe ship mode. Okay. Maybe this like a shipment mode. if you wanted to make it more and more good. So now, what is the next one? Top 10 customers. We'll derive that at the last. Let us take the sales report by city and sales and profit by state and city. So take the matrix report. So I just wanted to put state province, right? State. And then I just wanted to drill down by city also. Okay. And then I just wanted to have the sales and profit. Very easy. Now, let us take the sum. Oh, sorry, not here. Sum of sales and sum of profit. Okay. So now, so we have got 4 reports. So we just need to find out the another one. What is that? Top 10 customers in terms of orders, right? So for that reason, what we are going to do is, so let us take another chart. So take the chart here, and then I'm going to place the customer name as a y-axis, and then order ID. Okay, so now we can see all that. And now what I'm going to select this one and then format the painter and have the border here. So I'm going to put the data labels on, which is on. Okay, very good. And then I'm going to change the title. Top 10 customers. Okay, like number of orders. Okay. So here the title is good. And now we just need to set up few things to make it look good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the sizes here. Let us see how much time we have. We have got only 2 minutes. So now this one, and let us increase this one and this one. Okay. So this one should have the border. I'm going to do is effects visual borders. So just to give you a clear overview. Okay. Now it looks good. This one should have gone a little bit down, and this one should have gone a little bit down. Okay. Now you see. So this is the report, the sales report. Now we need to there are top 10, but there are many customers here, right? So we need to focus on this one. Just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the filter here. So I'm going to have the order ID, and I'm going to say top 10, and I'm going to set top 10 here, and then this one I would say count, and then apply filter. Now you see, you can see only top 10. Okay, so this is how we need to define. Now if you look at the report, so we have designed a report within a matter of 15 minutes. Now we just 40 seconds left. But now what we have answered all the questions. Now I'm able to understand sales by year, sales or profit by each segment, and order by shipment mode, and total sales profit in each state and city. Now we can see now all these are states. So if you expand this one, you can see underlying cities. So you can sort this list by ascending order or descending order. Now it is showing from A to Z. If I say here, then the list will sorted based on the sort ascending or descending order. Okay. Now we can see the total number of customers, but customers which has top 10 top 10 orders. I mean top 10 customers who placed more orders. Okay. So these are the things that in general, we do in terms of in terms of a data analysis process. So we have got a very simple data file, but with just a matter of a 15 minutes of time frame, we were able to design this dashboard. But just imagine if you spend more and more time with this, we can do wonders. We can visually present a well-structured reports to the end users so that they can see and understand what is happening in the business. Okay, now with this scenario, so we understand two things. So how we can use the Power BI tool when it comes to the data visualization and data cleaning and the data presentation. Okay, and at the same time, so what are the different ways to analyze the data, to analyze the business information with the help of Power BI. So this is how what we're going to do in real-time projects also. It doesn't matter what kind of a domain data that you're using, whether it is an insurance data, whether it is a banking data, whether it is a healthcare data, or whether it is any type of domain data. So ultimately, we are doing less or more same steps and same approaches. So we can do a little bit more also, but since I set the time frame to 15 minutes, if I spend more time, I can come up with the various colors, various functionalities, little bit filters. I can click on. Now you can do a lot of things. Say, for example, if you wanted to see the overall data by 2021, you can see, you can click on this, and then you can see in 2021, Paul Prost is he has placed 20 orders. But if it is 2022, he doesn't have any orders. So for 2022, Seth is the highest customer. I mean, the best customer in terms of orders. But in 2020, you can see Patel is the best customer in terms of orders. So in 2029, you can see only one person placed 9 orders. I mean, around top 10. So if you remove this one, and you can see the overall picture. Likewise, you can see if you are more interested to see only the consumer information in terms of segment, you can just click on this one, and then you can see the whole data will be filtered for the consumer. Suppose if you wanted to see how many orders that has been delivered by using the standard class, you can just click on this one. In 2019, this many orders, 2020, this many orders, and these are the orders delivered by the placed by the customers. And you can see the percentage of the profit in each every segment, and you can see the total sales and profit in each state and city. So this is how we can actually click on the things and then filter out the things and then go doing slicing and dicing on the data to understand more facts from the data. This is what a proper data analyst will do. This is what a business analyst, business intelligence users will do. A clients or C-level people, managing people, management level people. So all these people they spend a lot of time to analyze the data. But for them to analyze the data, what we do as a programmer, as a business intelligence developer, we will design these dashboards and we give it to them so they can play around with the data and they can find out the facts and they can try to invest more and more. They can try to find out come up with the various tactics on the business to make the business as a better business, to make more revenue, to make to generate more profit. There are many things they can do once they identify how it is happening in the business. So this is what a simple case study that I can explain you with the Power BI case study. Now let us talk about some technical details of this course. I mean what I'm going to teach as part of this course. So the entire course has been divided into 7 modules, my friends. So I'm going to start overview, Power BI overview, and then I'm going to spend a lot of time with Power Query, which is an ETL tool for Power BI, and then we will be introduced to data modeling concepts where we are going to understand the star schema, snowflake schema, how we can create the relationships once we onboard the data to Power BI, and what are the different visualizations that we can do. At the same time, we are going to practice advanced visualization. Now in the case study, in the case study just we have practiced now, that is a simple example. But at an advanced level, we are going to apply various various techniques on the visualizations to make it looks better, to make it to make it wonderful to the business users. Okay, now in addition to that, we are going to practice the programming language of Power BI, which is a DAX, data analysis expressions. So this is a little bit advanced. So if you have some SQL background, it is very easy to understand. Otherwise, no worries. I have all the examples are designed from basic to advanced level. So even though if you don't have any knowledge, no need to worry about that. So I'll help you to understand the DAX. And then we are going to work with the Power BI online, which where I'm going to talk about the deployment, how after developing these products, reports or dashboards, so how we can facilitate these reports or this work to end users, I mean the business users. So how can you give them access, how can you refresh the reports, and how can you export the data to PDFs, PowerPoints, Excel files, etc., etc. And then at the last, I'm going to talk about little bit about AI with BI, meaning what are the artificial intelligence features that we can do and incorporate in Power BI when we are going to work with the Power BI as a tool. Okay, so this is all about the course content. This is the high level, but let me go through these modules in detail, what is happening at the overview module. So I'm going to give an introduction to Power BI, and at the same time I'm going to install Power BI tool in your machines, in your computers. Okay, so after installing, I'll give you a walkthrough, where to start, how to start, where to start, and where to go, what is the first step, what is the second step, and how to navigate from one point to another point to do the things in Power BI. And then I'll show you how to extract the data to Power BI. And this is where the actual work will start. So I'm going to work with the topics as a case studies. So I just don't want to explain this is what it is in Power BI. No, I'm going to explain with an example that is a case study. So we are going to have actually, there are many exercises that we are going to practice with Power BI. So for each and every scenario, say for example, if you have the text data, I have created one case study, which is a basic level, and then read the data from Excel file, that is another case study. Read the data from SQL database, another case study. So all this exercise has been designed from basic level to intermediate level to advanced level. Okay, so in the first module, we are going to see until intermediate level, and the second module we are going to see the last level of intermediate level. So here we are going to practice Power BI, Power Query, which is an ETL tool for Power BI. So where we are going to read the data from different types of sources, CSVs as an example, and then we will try to implement data cleaning operations. So what kind of issues with the data, and then how we are going to fix them, and what are the techniques that we are going to apply on the data when we are cleaning it by using an ETL process in Power BI. And then data modeling. This is where the advanced level topics will start in Power BI. So we are going. I have a case study, wonderful case study with where we have a movies information as an example, and I'm going to read the data from various files, CSV file, TSV file, and some web files. So we are going to practice reading the data from those files. At the same time, we are going to design a data model in Power BI. In addition to that, I'll introduce a little bit about the DAX with this scenario, and then we are going to practice how to create the relationships and how to manage those relationships when we are working with data. And then module 4, which talks about the advanced data visualizations. By the time we reach to this module, we might have practiced many visualizations, but exclusively in this module, we are going to work with the various advanced reports, scatter chart, slicers, cross filtering, hierarchies, drill downs, some KPI cards, many things we are going to practice at an advanced stage of the Power BI. And then we will practice some programming with the DAX, as I told you earlier, data analysis expression. So we will understand the purpose of DAX, and then we will continue to learn various concepts in the DAX. What is the scope? What are the different types of functions? What are the different types of text functions, numerical functions, date functions, and what kind of wonders we will do with the DAX. So we are going to practice at module 5. And module 6 and module 7 is at a deployment, as well as the Power BI integration with the artificial intelligence. So Power BI online, we are going to talk about how we can deploy the reports to server, and how we give access to the end user, and how can we refresh the reports on schedule based in Power BI server. In A integration, we are going to talk about the Microsoft Fabric and Power Platform. What are the Power Platform, Power Apps features that helps in Power BI? Okay. These are the topics that I'm going to cover. I cannot read and explain each and everything, but I'm giving you a high level overview about the topics. So once we start with the course, so you will experience each and every topic, and you will get an exercise and the example files at the end of the sessions. Now, what I'm going to offer with this training, so practice files. So each and every scenario, what I'm practicing here, I'll give you the same practice files, the scripts, the source documents, everything what I have explained in the class, I will provide you. It's a hands-on training. As I told you earlier, everything is on exercise based or example based. Okay, I'm not simply talking. So along with the talking, there will be action also with this training. And prerequisite knowledge. Do you need to have any knowledge before you start with this course? Absolutely no. But if you have some knowledge about the database and a little bit about the data, maybe Excel files, that would be added advantage for you, so that you pick up much faster than others. And what is the focus point? So the focus point is all about the Power BI course and Power BI topics. So it could be data analysis, it could be data cleaning, it could be data modeling, ETL, these are the things. And course timeline is four. I was thinking like in a minimum we need 40 hours. It depends on the topic, depends on the questionnaire in the class. It may goes up to 40 to 45 hours. Maybe it will go maybe 50 hours also. It depends on depends on the demand, it depends on the support sessions you need. But I don't restrict myself only 40 hours or 45 hours. So if it is required, I don't have any problem to extend the course maybe 1 or 2 days more. Okay, for me time is not very important. The more knowledge, the more I wanted to share more knowledge, and I wanted you to practice in more with more scenarios. That is very important for me. And what is the goal? Meaning, what is the end result of this Power BI course? Once you learn this course, so what kind of roles that you can apply in the market, in the IT market? You can apply for Power BI developer, you can apply for BI developer, you can apply for data analyst. So say example I can show you here. So you will be like a business intelligence developer or a BA developer or a BA analyst or a data analyst or a data steward. So there are many roles. Role names are different, but ultimately if you look at the job description, it is a little less or more about the BA work that we are going to do. So in future, if you practice very well, and if you cope up very well with this course, in future you can become a data engineer and you become a data scientist. I mean, it will the entire course will not help you to become a data engineer or data scientist, but there are some of the topics that you cover as part of this course. In data engineer, business intelligence is also one of the subject, and data scientist, business intelligence also is one of the subject. So you will at least you will have a familiarity with those concepts at the beginning stage of with this Power BI tool. Okay. Now, what about the training schedule? I mean, the date and time when I'm going to start the batch, start the training. So I'm going to start the sessions on from April 1st, 2024 onwards. And the course time, I mean, the session time is at 9:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. So according to your time zone, whether it is you are in the UK, US, or Australia or wherever, so please calculate the time based on the Indian Standard Time. So I would like to put all the different countries' time zone, but I thought it will be like confusing to all of you. That's the reason I'm setting up my time as an Indian Standard Time, and then you can calculate according to your time zone, and then you can enroll for this course. And then I'm going to start 2 batches. One is for daily sessions, another one is a weekend session. So daily sessions are going to start from April 1st onwards, and weekend sessions are going to start from April 13th onwards. That means exactly 2 weeks after I start the daily sessions. So the weekend sessions are only Saturdays and Sundays, but we have a more time to talk during the weekend. So it's not 1 hour session, it is like a 3 hour session over the weekend. I mean, Saturday and Sunday. In the 3 hours, we will have a break of 15 minutes, or maybe like a 15 to 20 minutes, or whatever that works for all of us. And the course time, the session time is at 6:30 p.m. IST. So Saturday evening 6:30 p.m. and Sunday evening 6:30 p.m. So 2 days, and each day 3 hours, total 6 hours over the weekend. Okay. So the session maybe less or more like a 5 to 6 hours or whatever that we start once we start with the course, so we can see. And the course timeline is, if it is a daily 40 to 45 hours, if it is a weekend, it will be like 8 weekends. So together it will comes out like a 48 hours, or between 45 to 50 hours. So this is the timeline I'm going to start. So I want you to understand these details thoroughly, so that it will be easy for you to start with the course. So if you don't have any questions, I would say a sincere thanks to all of you, those who have put some time to listen to me and understand what I'm going to do with Power BI. Okay, so you will get all the information from your coordinators. So whoever coordinates with you, so you will get all the information, way to register, how to attend the sessions and all. And then I'll be in touch with you if there is any questions. I cannot share my contact information here, because this demo is exclusively for certain consultancies. So they will talk all the details with you. I will give the training from my side. So I'll deal the technical part, remaining part they will take care. Okay. So I wish you good luck, whoever joined the session, and I hope I will see all of you in the session. Okay. So if you have any questions, I would say thank you so much for your time. Thank you once again. See you soon. Bye.